What is up, guys? Control here. Today's video is going to be on Swain again with a good new friend, Twisted Fate. It's a deck we've ran back a couple times and one that I think has performed pretty well basically every time we played it. Outside of the very first time that I did run it when I went like 2-8, like way back at the start of Rise of Tides when Twitch Rivals happened. I played Dogs List, did not go too well. But every time we picked this deck up since then, we've popped off super hard. Now, I got two games for you guys today, and both of them are kind of interesting. So I don't actually know if this happened or not, but basically what went down was somebody who was in chat telling me that I was playing against their friend, and their friend is saying I was taking way too long and that I needed to hurry up. So, decided to slow my gameplay down a little bit and had a little bit of fun at the end. Don't really care though, no hard feelings to the guy, and I mean, it might have just been a random dude actually just saying the things in the chat, right? It might have actually not been his friend. He was just like shitposting. Who knows? Anyways, had a little bit of fun with the games, and kind of dominated our opponent twice with some quality, methodical, slow, well thought out play. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. To talk about the deck though, it's pretty straightforward. You want to run some solid early game units. You like the deckhands in this deck because of the kegs that help you scale the Swain a lot. You like the House Spider because it's 2 units, very good at chump blocking right now. Sentry's super broken at the moment with the flock just for the stun. Very good in general. It's similar in a fashion to how Iceveil Archer is very powerful for Freljord right now, just because it's very good during combat, and this has the additional ability to then go ahead and give you flock as well. Super powerful for that. Petty Officer post buff, super powerful card that's not dying to any 1 damage pings. Is super nice. And a lot of the 1-cost followers are quite sweet. We'll make a note though, it did get nerfed slightly because the Zonite Urchin is now not a Last Wish card. Previously you could high roll the Zonite Urchin with that and just get the draw. Now that does not work. Had that happen, I was kind of sad yesterday. Also got TF, obviously, very good champion. This is a deck where you can level him. We don't run any picket cards main deck, but with Salvage and Zap, you do draw a little bit, and you have the ability to play the Twisted Fate with his champion card being the picket card to level him. I did level him, I believe, 2 times in like the 2 hours we played this deck, so it's pretty easy to pull that off. Zap, very solid card, tutor draw. It's super powerful. It gives you, you strong, powerful Swain spells. Any of these 4 spells that cost less than 3 are super powerful in this deck. Death's Hand, Fervor, Make It Rain, Flock, all really good. And it's a card that I actually kept quite often. Swain, I mean, pretty obvious, very strong unit, and the main way that you win later on in the game, I find. Riptide Rex, great enabler for the Swain, and just a powerful board swing regardless. Super good card. Only is a 2 of though, because there's not like really great ways to activate the Plunder effect, I find. It's more better for like post combat or like after a Death's Hand later on. And I mean, Leviathan is pretty straightforward. As far as spells go, I feel like these are pretty straightforward with the mix between the Bilgewater and type of Noxus vibe. There's really not too much to talk about as far as they go, really. There's Death's Hand, Fervor, Salvage, Flock, and Make Arena. Those are kind of just the core. Maybe you could say Salvage if you're playing against faster decks would not be, but the card draw with the Twisted Fate is really nice. And I think they're, kind of just what I would settle with. Maybe you could cut one for like a Might if you so choose. And I love that combo, and it's one that's pretty good, so that's something you could definitely do if you like. Anyways, this deck is pretty strong. I definitely recommend giving it a spin if you want to play some Swain. I feel like it was quite a bit better than the Swain Ezreal we were playing with a couple days ago. So I think if you're interested in it, definitely try it out. Enjoy the video, and again, don't take the flame too seriously, man. I like the banter and stuff, so no hard feelings to my opponent. And yeah, enjoy the game, and I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching. Ash Sejuani, though. What do we like Death's Hand in this matchup? I think it's good if you can play it with a barrel, otherwise it's bad. Which means I probably mulligan it later on for Swain to do stuff with. Okay, never mind, we get one. Okay. Fuck, sure. Sorry to hear that. I hope it's one of the good ones and not one of the sad ones. Pass. Oh. I love how my Flock might not even clear the big unit that he plays here. It's where he top decks the 5/5 Avaros and Trapper. It's a good one. I could just zap here if we want. I could also salvage maybe. I feel like salvage into nothing though. Red card feels pretty bad. I think this pass maybe is good actually. Okay. So I can sentry flock that if we want. I could red card flock. That seems better. Yeah.
I'm always up for a round or two.
I feel like with the Ash Sedge deck, a lot of time they will want to develop things. So when you're playing a list like this, it has to be more removal focused. It seems like it's a little bit better to just wait a little bit longer and just say play your cards first. Because if he passes turn 4 with just like 2 Omen Hawks in play, honestly, like, it's kind of fine for me. I'm not really upset or frustrated by that at all. So if I wait on this block, he can play buff cards, so it's definitely better to play now when he has no buff cards to play here. To just make it so the app dies. For sure, it's better. Any good ones for funerals? I mean, it kind of depends on like the vibe and like the mindset for him, man. I mean, I've been to some that are like really tragic, where like you know, some of my younger friends have like unfortunately died, you know, due to like gang violence or like overdoses, stuff like that. But I think some funerals, especially with like older people, are sometimes celebrations of life, if that's like kind of the way that they you know, frame it, where it's not like all about, you know, how sad it was that they died, which obviously, I mean, it's tragic when people pass away, but it's always good to, you know, remember the nice parts about them, you know, the things you loved about them, that kind of stuff. Is I guess what I meant by that. Maybe didn't word it that well. So into the ash, I could just stun it if we want. Kind of floating. I guess I could play salvage with it so I don't float a lot. Or just play zap and then I basically just take damage for no reason. There's like a zap plus fervor as well. Kind of feels good. He's got 1 mana to deal with it. The only issue really is then an elixir.
As the arrow flies.
Let's go. We're the best, guys. We're the best. Okay. Yeah, let's get it. Awesome. Okay, well, let's do the fervor play. So we just took a little bit of a handicap there, you know, some extra damage, but that's fine. That's one of the things that if you're really just, you know, a talented individual, you can do. I wouldn't recommend for you guys at home to do that. But, you know, for us, we're fine doing that. Get rid of the second ash, and, you know, we kind of just feel bad because that's already quite a few of his ashes. So we just say, hey, you know what, man? Here's a little bit of a bonus for losing your ashes. I think I probably play the... I feel like salvage is better because I can get towards Swain / Leviathan at this point. It's kind of what I wanted to, overdrawing a spell. So I think I start with salvage, and we're going to see if we want to play stuff. Okay, I mean, that's a Leviathan, that's fine. So I should pass here, wait to see what he plays now.
Gotcha.
Trapper, okay. I could still just pass if we want, and then see what he does. If he plays nothing, that's okay. And then we can develop afterwards, I think. Because, I mean, if he hits us with a 3/3, we're fine. I guess I don't... The next round's round 7. I can still basically develop everything that I want. I think the pass is okay here.
I need just a moment.
Glory Seeker, sure. I could Death Send that now instead of waiting. Does it mean anything that we play is going to be pulled into that most of the time? Could also just commit the House Spider instead of the Petty Officer. Feels a little bit better, so we have stuff to block with, and then Death Send during combat, maybe? Should be a little bit better. And that should be fine. Used to play a lot of Swain TF. It was the first deck you tried after this last update. You couldn't win a single game. Seems fine to me so far. Like, obviously, there's some matchups that aren't really best that you're going to see. But, I mean, I think these are kind of few and far between. Like, last game, we played against the Undying deck, and that was really tough. But that's, like, really not going to be common, I don't think. It's just, like, a slower list that you do need to get the champions out with to win with, usually. But it's still, like, a pretty fun one, I think. I kind of like the stun because I have 2 sentries now. That's good. I'm sorry to hear about that, Tiger. Really sorry, that sucks. Oh, that's your friend's... Okay, I get it now. Your friend is the guy that I'm playing as. Tell him I said what up. Hope he's having a good day. I can sentry this edge. Boom. I don't get to play Death Send then, though. That's the only thing. Still should be fine, though, I think. I'm not too worried about it. But I am worried about those dealing with this board afterwards. Because I don't have a Swain up. It's going to be a little bit of a difficult time to kind of do that. Yeah.
I'll cut them apart.
Mic quality feels like you're listening to a radio station. Thank you. That is what I was looking for with it. I've been messing around with the settings a lot, and I'm glad that I've kind of gotten something that works now. Actually, yeah, really appreciate the comment. Thank you. Turtle still on now. Okay, well, we lose our good cards. That kind of sucks. That's a Swain. Let's go. So I play Leviathan first. Then I basically just die next rounds. I can play Swain in the Petty Officer stuff here. And that does things. If I go for the Petty Officer, though, I can't Death Send the Glory Seeker. Glory Seeker can then pull the Swain. which is a little bit awkward here. I could alternatively Swain, and then I don't have enough mana. I'm 1 off. I was going to say Swain double Death Hand could be a play, but that's not actually a look with 10 mana only. I think just developing is fine. Should probably just play stuff here. That's fine, man. I don't care if you are or not. It doesn't really matter. If I hit the go live button, it's my fault if I get sniped. So, I mean, if you are or not, it's not really an issue, I guess. It's just something that happens. And then we play the Swain button. So you don't get to stun anything that is, you know, attacking. So it works on the back row units only with Swain. So if I do the Death Hand during combat, it's not really going to matter. And now there's going to be a calling strike and we're going to lose. But that's just how it goes. Unfortunate, but that's how the magic goes sometimes. Or not. Okay. Money. Cash money records. So, I mean, he open attacks. Yeah. Pretty clear. Okay, that's... Should be okay. Something along those lines. So things get bad here when he plays the card that says my card gets +4/4 during combat, the Fury of the North, and then my Swain that kind of just dies. Because for this game to ever work out for us, I need his 4-card hand and not have any combat tricks. Or, I mean, even if he has even like an Elixir of Iron, I kind of do just lose. So, like, this is a really good outcome for us because I can now play the Leviathan. And with that, we'll be pretty happy, I think, because then the Swain can do stuff, and then we'll stun some stuff, and we can attack and block whatever isn't damaged, and yeah, we'll be good. That should be fine. Actually, I mean, we're kind of dead, right? That's really not fine at all. Yeah, that's GG, I think. Unlucky. That is, in fact, a game, my friends. Even if I get the attack off, it doesn't matter. Zap's not really relevant. Swain gets blocked every time. I mean, he's just going to play a Decimate. So I guess I could Death Send the 4/2. The 3/3 would get stunned. I can attack. That'll do 11. 11 plus 1. He'll go to 12. So I would... The problem is, like, if I play the Zap for more damage, it's not going to work because I have to do both of these as an action, and he can just play 2 Decimates as an action, then I lose. But I do have to do this or I am going to lose. I guess, wait, I can stack when he's playing Decimate though, so we should be fine actually. Yeah. So he plays Decimate. I didn't get Fervor, fuck. I mean, I'm using all my mana, so fishing won't matter. I play Death Hand, I go in, he's at 14. Swain then attacks 7, 12. Plus 2? Is that lethal or am I missing something? 14, so I mean... Because this happens, I should be fine now. It could be a buff on this though to keep it alive, and then I would then stun the 4/2 instead, and then I would have to make it rain and hope I get lucky, I guess. Otherwise, we should win. Got you with the drink water. Sorry for the delay. I'm missing a 6-mana Frostbite. I mean, I can't play around that, right? At this point, I do in fact lose to that, so... I'm just assuming that his hand is filled with cards that I could beat. Calling Strike. So, in order to beat that, he'll be at 2. He still has mana for Decimate. But then I would just stack both of my Make It Rains on top of his Decimate, and I would win the game. So that's GG. To the comment with a guy who said I was taking too long because his friend that I was playing against was complaining about it. This is why I take too long. So I can absolutely take a fat steaming dumping load of shit on your friend's face as I shit on him. With Swain and Leviathan on the board and my double fucking Make It Rain. So I hope that answers your fucking question, man. Don't fucking flame people for taking a long time in card games because your dumbass is hard stuck in silver, alright? I'm out here playing top 69 Masters ladder. You're out there fucking playing silver 3 and wondering why you can't climb. hilarious, man. Hilarious. Tell your buddy to get fucking good at the game too, man. Jesus. Actually trash, dude. Actually trash. Swain says some shit about playing chess. In like one of his league quotes is about playing chess, right? So this is how it goes. He says he's playing chess and he's like 20 moves ahead. Well, you're just realizing he's 5 moves ahead. And that's what he says. And that's where we're at right now too. Ash Touch again. Swain is unplayable until he's leveled in this matchup, which is important to note. I think for that reason, I don't really want to keep him. Salvage is another kind of weird card because this is a matchup where we do have to play for board quite a bit. It is a good card for getting through the deck though. And I don't do that much early game, so I can save my mana a lot of time. Also is kind of a greedy keep though, so I think I mulligan it and look for like Flock plus Sentry. Okay. Thank you, Judas Chris. I love you too. Control have my babies. You know what, man? I'll put your name on the list, okay? You might actually be number 1 right now. That's not something that anybody's really requested of me. So, you know what? You'll be number 1 on the list.
I need just a moment.
Woohoo! Man, oh man, oh man. 0 spell mana. I love it. RB Cat, 6 wishes 10. Appreciate it. Welcome back. Hope you had a great day. Thanks so much for the sub. I appreciate it. That is a juice up make your range, gentlemen. It's one of those situations I think I just pass in. Plays a trapper and then play the house spider. I guess this should be fine. Just like is something. Save it 2 spell mana. Yep. Could be good. Oh, it's the same guy again? Shit. Maybe I should play slower. You're right. Damn. I definitely should have roped that turn a little bit longer than I did, huh? Does he have the 1 mana 5/5 Yeti? I honestly don't even remember if he high rolled last game. I think he had 2 ashes early and we dealt with both of them. So that's like kind of a high roll to have 2 ashes early. But he kind of just played them without spell mana and then they just died. And that, you know, was maybe because he didn't have any burst spells in his hand to react with. It's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Here though, I'm kind of just wondering if I even want to play TF yet. Like I could just play blue card, draw a card. It'd be cool. Still have spell mana to do stuff. Could fervor the 1/1 into a 3/3. Should be fun.
Never lost a fair game.
I mean, it's not the red card to level Swain, but I mean, I have a hand that literally says, based on Fervor and Death's Hand, level Swain. And one thing about this matchup is they're really not going to be using Culling Strike on anything other than your champions. Unless they have like a bunch of them in hands. God Gamer Alert. Wow. Turn 3, you play Avaros and Trapper. Turn 4, you play second Avaros and Trapper. Top deck and Rage Yeti. That's a Pog champion moment if you ask me, gentlemen. This guy is absolutely playing out of his mind right now. There's absolutely nothing I can do here other than take it as well, gentlemen. Quite a bad look for control here. If I make this 3 health, is that better for us? In any situation. Flock, I mean 4 and 3 are the same for Flock. I mean, I guess I wouldn't even damage it is the idea. Because I would go like the 1/1 gets fervored into that. This being a 1/1's better for Make It Rain again. Kind of feel like I just like still would make this a 1/1. Make it so the 5/5's not damaged. And then do that. But I actually don't really feel like that's right at the same time. But that's kind of what my intuition tells me to do. So I think I'm going to do it all. He has no mana, so we don't have to worry about too much here. Yep. The only problem now is this is our attack phase. I don't really get too much to do here. Deckhand draws, okay. So now, obviously, with the deckhand draw, the Death's Hand would be insane into the 5/2 Yeti, but it's not the case for us here. Pass. Let's see what he does. Ito the Arm. Okay. What an interesting card to play there. I could go deckhand here for another unit to block with, attack with a TF. He would probably block with the Yeti. I could then Death's Hand the Yeti. Only problem with that is I would be out of a way to deal with the Kato. Kind of okay still. I think at least. Swain attack is also kind of a thing. I kind of actually like the Swain attack. I can't Death's Hand with it though, is the problem. Death's Hand only happens post level up, so it's actually kind of bad. I think it's actually the play here though. It's just Swain and attack.
Tread carefully.
There are 5 steps from realizing and 10 steps ahead. Yes, sir. That's a quote. Okay, he made the right trade. I was going to say it just in case he is watching. I really wanted to bait the 5-5 trade into the Swain. Would have been super good for us. Unfortunate. Ooh, the Assessor. Okay. I see you. This guy is not playing games right now. Real talk. So we stun the Kato for sure. That's like a given. Always doing that. I can't flock and Dust End here. This is a problem. That's a lot of 5-5s. A lot of 5-5s. I can't play a Sentry again if I want to use the flock, and I think I probably do, because I'm not going to have a stun for next rounds. So I can play Deckhand to block one of the 5-5s with, and then just go flock into the 5-4. Kid is definitely the highest prio target to clear. Get 4 next round, salvage to draw a couple. Challenging the barrel here actually does not sound that good to me. Not gonna lie. I mean, I guess that he would just think that I would trade otherwise, but I'm not sure if I actually like it at all, to be honest. The new mic makes you extremely happy. It's a huge upgrade for sure. I got a lot of my settings down too, so it just sounds much, much better, in my opinion at least. It's very weird to get used to though, man. Like, I'll tell you right now, talking from here with this type of a mic, you really need to do. Because when you talk from over here, my switch don't sound like how you're supposed to, really how the settings need to work for it. Yeah, my voice probably cuts in and out there. Settings are made to work specifically, well, for this, like the way that I'm talking right now. Here for the Dust End. Hey, Neon, how you doing?
Doog, hi, Doog, bye.
Thank you for the Doog High and Doog Buys. Have a good day. Appreciate it. Fervor is not very good. Dust End is also not very good. I think it's a pass here. Let's see what he does.
Patience is a tactician.
6 out of 8. I don't even get him level up for next rounds. Hilarious. Okay. That's a thing. For sure a thing. So I can't actually kill all of the Overwhelm cards that he can play. So I should actually play Dust End here, I think. And then just let him attack in. Do the 15, and then hopefully the Leviathan can carry afterwards. Because if he does get the Overwhelm damage plus 3, it'll be on like the 5-4 or something that I can't clear. And with 3 mana, I shouldn't have to worry about a lot of removal cards that he can play. So we should be good.
When is new cards coming?
That is a good question. When is new cards coming? I think somebody told me at the start of the stream today they are the 26th, something like that. Sure. That should be fine. So if he open attacks, I'm dead. I have to block with a Swain. I mean, I don't want to attack with him still here because I could draw a Flock or another Swain. I guess I could... No, if he open attacks, then I have to Fervor, right? Then it's not backline, so that doesn't even work. So ignore me? Yeah, so ignore me. Yeah, I think that's what I heard, though, is that they're coming on the 24th, 26th, 28th, one of those. Some even interval of 20-something. Was what I heard, at least. Block the 5-4, go to 5 health, play Leviathan. I always lose the Culling Strike, by the way, this time. Every single time. But I can't play around it, so it goes. And I go Leviathan and I try to set up the next Swain for the attack phase. That being said, he just drew like 20 cards of the Assessors, so losing here is very likely. My guess would be that we lose, but I have to play to win. And if we're playing to win, this is specifically how we have to do it. Swain, go. So we stun these 3, the biggest 3. If we play Make It Rain, I have to hope that it hits the Glory Seeker. Is a Kato. 5 mana left to be able to play cards again. He would be able to challenge the Swain then with that. I guess anything with that, really. It's more of an issue of like this 5-5 gets Might, and then he can challenge actually against the Leviathan. So it's either the Swain dies or the Hearthguard goes in, which is a problem. True, you're right. Kato does get stunned. True. Reckoning? That actually, yeah, that would have been a problem with the Swain for sure. I actually didn't even think about that, to be honest with you, but it was a card that I couldn't beat anyways, so. This is one of those situations where you're kind of just doomed, and, you know, you have to... I guess I don't want to say play around nothing, but we're losing to basically everything, so I don't think it's really worth to play around a lot of stuff. Just because of that. Is attacking with Leviathan ever smart here? He'll always have something playable with a 6-card hand. 7-card hand, sorry. So I think no. I also don't like going for the YOLO Make It Rain. I think it's a misplay. You can play Make It Rain into it, or not Make It Rain, but Fury into it, which is very likely with 21 drawn or 19 drawn. I could also just play this next round. I think it's better. Please mana. So it's on 3, which is good. That's good into these, but it doesn't clear the Glory Seeker. It is really nice that we have this set up, though. Like, when you have this on board, you should feel, you know, relatively safe, regardless of what your health total's at. And I feel like that's kind of where we're at right now. But that being said, it could be the case with 10 mana and, you know, 8 cards that he just goes, okay, well, all of these units that are stunned, I'm going to replace with other units, and you're going to lose. And I'm almost feeling like that's what he's going to do. Yeah. Yeah, that's a Kato. So I can stun that Kato, which is ideally what you don't want to do here, I think. You stun button and say, nice overwhelm, buddy. You can still play like a freeze effect and then a calling strike if he has that to deal with the Swain or Leviathan. Otherwise, we're hard relaxed in here, I think. I don't know what else he could play that would be threatening at this point. 5-1 doesn't clear any of these big guys. These get blocked.
I will unite the
Ash. It's 4 mana left as well. Could Fervor the Ash if we want. I feel like I would rather just stun the Ash, maybe? I want the 3-2 in play so I can attack with it. That feels impactful. You can challenge a 5-2 with the 5-1 because you can't block with it. GG. Okay, well, I mean, my slow, methodical play trumps Daenerys yet again. What can I say, gentlemen? You know, it turns out when your opponent complains about you taking your time during your turns and thinking, you know, the game decides to give you the run back, play against him again, and clamp some cheeks. That's about it. Definitely a tough game, but one that, you know, we kind of ended up being able to win with just because we had the Swain plus Leviathan out, and I mean, some nice cards that did end up helping as well with the stun bots, the sentries. It was pretty sweet. GG's.